we go, back again with another match day preview. Yes, they're coming around thick and fast. As a few weeks ago, we had 3 games in 6 days. Remember the last time we had 3 games in 6 days? We lost against Watford. We did beat Derby. Went on to get a draw against Leeds. And now we're in the second game of 3 in 6 days. It's a difficult schedule. But the lads are up for the fight, and I'm sure like a lot of players out there are loving and relishing the battle in the Championship. Now, there was one winner. Yes, Brian Greene, you're the only person to win a shirt. One of these shirts. The choice is yours. Look back on the previous video. You'll see what shirts are available. He was the only person in the last 2 games to get a goal scorer and a correct score. And there's more details on the upcoming competition later on in the video. So well done, Brian Greene. There'll be a members competition and a subscribers competition in the video later on. So now we do move on to Luton away. After that, workman-like performance against Hull, should we say. Let's say the performance wasn't amazing. We know it wasn't amazing. Hull are a decent side. They finished 7th last season. Good quality side, probably below in the positions in the table, and then they kind of will be at the end of the season. And I thought, Hull, game of 2 halves. The first half, we dominated the game. We couldn't break down Hull. And they got plenty of bodies behind the back and put the bodies on the line to defend the box as best they could. And they did really well. They defended well. Sunderland huffed and puffed. The final ball wasn't the correct one in the penalty box. And we couldn't break down Hull in the first half. And they doubled up on the likes of Mundle and Roberts. And like somebody said, forced Roberts onto the inside, away from the likes of Rigg getting the ball down the line. I mean, Roberts didn't have an amazing game, did he? But, some players can't always shine every single game. But second half, Hull came out and put the foot to the pedal, and they got down and they got hold of the ball and they kept the ball really well, and they picked up the play, up the game, and we were on the back foot, game of 2 halves. But in this time, we have the counter-attack and style to combat a team that has possession-based football. And that's what we did with a fantastic Isidore Wilson's goal. Was absolutely amazing.
Oh, go on. It's just not good enough defensively. It's not good enough defensively. It's not good enough. It's just not good enough defensively. Oh, go on.
It was the full length of the pitch. And like I said yesterday in my live stream, to run the full length of the pitch with the ball, it does slow you down. So defenders will catch you up eventually over that distance. And one defender did catch him up, but he had the brilliance and the know-how to beat that defender and beat the goalkeeper as well. That's a quality of Wilson Isidore. Absolutely fantastic. Looks like we've got a couple of decent loanees there with Isidore and man of the match for me yesterday in Chris Mepham. For me, that quality in defence. And that defender and the striker we're looking for, 2 good loan signings. A shame we haven't got those on a permanent basis. But Luton are a different kettle of fish, relegated from the Premier League, but kept their faith in Rob Edwards. Now, Luton fans out there, let me know what's happened. I'm not quite sure, but what's happened to the start of the season? What happened from the Premier League to the Championship? Have you lost players in the interim to drop down and to be down in? Is it 14th place? I think it is 14th place, 17th place. Luton are down at 17th place. Surely that's going to be a false position for Luton. I'm sure they're better than that. In the last game, they hit form, beating Watford. Watford, which beat Sunderland. A Watford team which beat, I think, Middlesbrough. Is that correct? Previous game or so? I'm not quite sure. But anyway, Luton's result, teams were only as good as last result. And it's 2 unbeaten sides in the last 2 games. So Luton, for me, I think might turn the corner, but not just yet. But yeah, what's happened to Luton since they've been relegated? Have they lost a lot of players? Because, let's face it, you played 10 games, you've won 3, drawn 2 and lost 5. A whopping -4 goal difference, Luton fans out there. So what is it? Yeah, Luton. Famous Tommy Robinson from Luton, isn't he? Founded in 1885. That's superb. I say a little ground, but it is 12,000 fans in the ground. But it is a unique ground, isn't it? It's a unique ground. It's a one-off ground, and Luton fans are privileged to have such a ground, because I think those kind of grounds are few and far between now, with all the the old grounds being knocked down and new stadiums being built up, just like Sunderland. We lost Roker Park. I love Roker Park. Again, another unique ground, but unfortunately we lost that. But we do have the Stadium of Light. But yeah, Kenilworth Road, founded or formed or built or opened, whichever way you want to put it, in 1905, and it's still going now. And I do wish Luton all the best in the future, and the fans, fantastic ground and amazing. So Rob Edwards, 41 years of age, 87 games he's been in charge of Luton. 28 wins, 23 draws and 36 defeats. But a lot of the defeats, I take it, would come from the Premier League last season. And I can imagine, like we've seen already with Southampton and Ipswich, teams going up to the Premier League really do struggle. They do struggle. 32% win ratio, Rob Edwards. But it's good to see Luton hierarchy having faith in Rob Edwards, because obviously he's a decent manager. And like I say, I wish them all the best. Sunderland are in top position. Yes, we're top of the league. Unbelievable. We're back. You kind of think, you get a good start the season. Remember Preston last season? You get a good start the season, top of the table, hit the ground running, you think, get in, what a season we're going to have. Then teams fade away, falter off. But I was kind of thinking, would it happen to Sunderland? Once we dropped down from top place, but we bounced back yesterday. Like I said, it wasn't a brilliant performance. I don't think we played amazing over the last few games, but to grind out results when you're not playing well is, as people say, a sign of a good side, and long may that continue. We're almost a quarter of the way through the season already. Yes, 10 games in, and we're top of the table. 1-7, drawn 1, lost 2. 22 points in a plus 11 goal difference. Now, Luton's form of late. They did beat Sheffield Wednesday 2-1 at home, but they lost away to Plymouth. They drew at home 2-2 against Oxford and lost away to Sheffield United, but then beat Watford. It's a mixed bag of results. It really is a mixed bag of results, and a couple of players to look out for. You got Mr. Clark there, Mr. Chung there as well. Clark, 31 years of age, a midfielder, won 29 games. So what? This Mr. Clark, 129 games, 8 goals. Did he play for Accrington Stanley, or who did he play for beforehand? So he's came from up the ranks from the lower divisions to play for Luton. Did he get much game time in the Premier League last season? Because I didn't really keep much sort of note of how Luton got on last season in the Premier League. So I don't know what players played in the Premier League that are still currently in your squad. And obviously you got Mr. Chung as well. He scored 5 goals in 41 games, a young 24-year-old. So yeah, so it's a tough game, Luton. It's going to be a difficult place to go to, especially with such a no time to turn round. Luton get an extra day to recover. And that home fortress, we know we were down there, I think it was the playoffs a couple of seasons ago, and we struggled. We did have a makeshift defence at the time, but it is like a fortress down there. It's intimidating. It's a hard place to go and play football. And to get any kind of result down there at Luton, it's going to be an absolutely amazing achievement for me. To go to places like Luton and to come away with any points is the kind of foundations you need if you want to get promoted. Like I said, I think Luton eventually will finish in the top 6. That's just my opinion. I think they are decent. They're good. I think the cream does rise to the top eventually, as you've seen Leeds getting up there now. Sheffield United up there. So I think Luton will eventually get back up there into the top 6. I think they will make the playoffs. I really do. But score predictions. Oh, I can't. Do you know what it is? I'd be happy. I honestly would be. 3 games. If we won 2 and drew 1, I'd be over the moon. Of course, I want to win games of football, but I'd settle for. I'll be happy with a point in this. Down there, a point for me would be a good result against. I think Luton, like I said, be top 6 eventually. But I'm going to go for. We do keep clean sheets with Mepham in there, and Luke 9 had another fantastic game yesterday. Putting the challenges in up and down the park. I saw Luke 9 yesterday further forward with the ball in the other half more than I've seen him for a while, but he had the ability to get back, stopping crosses, putting blocks in, breaking up play. Chris Rigg does the same as well. So I'm going to have to go for, I think there's goals in this game tomorrow. I think we'll win 2-1. But like I said before, that's with my heart. My head's like, wow, we're probably due to have a bad result, or Luton could just have turned turned the corner now and started playing good football. They could have they put the worst behind them. That Watford result would give them loads of confidence. But I'm going to go for 2-1. I'm going to go with my heart. 2-1 win to Sunderland. Goal scorer. Well, who would you start? Would you keep the same team? Would you keep the same team? 3 games. I know people say, well, the young lads, they should be able to play 3 games in a week. It isn't as simple as that. You know, people who are not been in the sporting industry, people who haven't played that kind of sort of high level of sport, don't understand how the body breaks down. It's really, you know, especially you've got someone like Chris Rigg, 17 years of age. That's going to be tough to play 3 games in 6 days. And I think, you know, at some point, as much as Regis Labree's been brilliant, a breath of fresh air this season, it's great to have this start of the season. It's great to have that high press yesterday. The first half against Hull, the high press was tremendous. It's a breath of fresh air having players playing really good football and being top of the table. I think at some point he's going to have to start rotating his squad. We do have players likes of Brown who will come in with the experience. Someone like Brown down at Luton at Kenilworth Road, who's played multiple times down there, would have thought, for Preston. Maybe he comes in. Do you rest Chris Rigg? I think Job. For me, the overall level of performance of Job Bellingham has risen a bar this season. Last season, he struggled playing game after game after game. He looked slow. He looked lethargic. He looked out on his feet at times. But, you know, if whatever happened, he's improving this season. That run, you know, sometimes getting a season like that under your belt can make or break it, and it's made Job this season. Is for me, has been probably the most consistent player. You know, it's hard to pick players out because you've got Chris Rigg, you've got Job, you've got you know, Mepham, you've got lots of players out there with a high level of performance. Certain for me as well, best left back in the country in the Championship, and for me he'd make the Premier League. I'm sure of it. I'm sure Dennis Cirkin for me is one of the Premier League players in the making in the Sunderland squad. But yeah, so I think the likes of Job, you know, consistency's been fantastic, and it just seems like a different animal this season. So there we go. So I think I'll probably do maybe bring Brown in, maybe rest Job. No, not Job. Rest Rigg. That's just my opinion. Rigg, probably bring him back for Oxford, unless we do really well tomorrow night and Brown shines. But yeah, we've got to look at some point. Maybe he's rotating the squad a little bit just in case, especially with someone who's so young and hasn't developed into, you know, his bones probably haven't grown to the foot adults yet. So that's just my opinion. I'm waffling on now. Anyway, so I'm going to go for 2-1 win. Let me know your score predictions down below. Now, competitions. Anyway, there's a new training top out. Hey, look at this. There's a training top out from the lads. This is a good training top. I like this top immensely. But, you know, competition. Right, subscribers. Next 2 games, you got Luton, you got Oxford, you get a goal scorer and the correct score. You're going to hat, simple as. Or like Brian Greener did. You got a choice, Brian. You got a choice of the shirts that are available upstairs. Your choice. You got a choice. You got the correct score, and you got a goal scorer. So there we go. 2 games table. Members. There's only 22 members, so it's been more difficult for members to win. So I'm going to say a members competition. All you got to do is get the correct score. There we go. To make it easy for yourselves, a little bit easier. If you get the correct score, and there's only one visit, members, you win a shirt outright. It could be this shirt or one of the other ones. And that's over 2 games as well for the members. So both subscribers and the members, 2 different competitions, separate competitions for each of them. Members, just get the correct score. And subscribers, correct score and goal scorer, because there's a lot more people out there to go into the pool and somebody always wins. So well done, Brian Green. So there we go. Leave your score predictions down below. Like I said, you know, put down a goal scorer as well, if you remember, to see how good you are. So there we go. Thanks for watching. I will be doing a live stream for Luton match. Of course, I'll be doing a live stream. I love my live streams, and a live stream coming up for the Luton match. And like I said, for me, this is a massive test. This, for me, going forward, if we can really come through this test with flying colours, I think we're there and we're the real deal. I honestly do. I think if we can get over this result of the weekend, I think that just this tomorrow, Wednesday, well, my head's in bits. I think, you know, we're the real deal. For me, this is the biggest test so far, I think. Even though we've lost 2 games, the Plymouth and Watford, for me, this is the one that I think, right, this could go either way. let's see what we can do. I feel confident we can get the result and get a win. So come on. Thanks for watching. Take care. God bless me. God go with you. Don't forget to subscribe channel if you're new. And LU Soccer. Yes, as I've shown you, LU Soccer do have these shirts. They're on offer. You can buy them. Lots of different Sunderland shirts. Lots of different shirts overall. If, you know, there's shirts in the Premier League from different countries, different clubs. I've got England shirts upstairs for you to choose from as well. I'll leave a link down below in the description. TM10 for 10% off any shirt you want. So there we go. 2 competitions. Thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you next time. And we'll see you on Wednesday for the live stream. Thank you. If you want to become a member, I will leave a link down below in the description. And yeah. There we go. Thanks. Take care. See you later.